A very good evening to you. Welcome along to the Torwar Arena here in Warsaw, Poland. It's day 3 of the European Figure Skating Championships, and this evening the second lot of medals will be decided in this championships. It's the men's free program. 24 men have made it through to this free program, and we're going to join Gwendal Peizerat down on ringside to set the scene.
This is the men's event tonight with the free skating, and I went to see the practice this morning to see what was going on, and I have to admit that everything can change from the practice to the competition. But if I had to say something right after the practice, if the competition would happen right after the practice, here's what I could say to you. I think it's gonna be a hard time for Davydov to keep his 3rd place. He had trouble with his quad. It was difficult for him. I think that the young Russian, Lutai, may come up in the ranking. And as for the lead, as for the win of this competition, Brian will have to go for his quad. During the practice, he had a 50% success on this quad. If he does it well, he can do 3 quads in the program. If it's like yesterday and he miss it, then Tomas VERNER, with his great consistency, will have a good chance to win. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show on Eurosport.
Well, it's good to see the Brits have made the journey to Poland and here to support the team. And a team that's not doing too badly at all. There they are, the Union Jacks waving, and they're waving for the 3-time British champion. Looking very suave and debonair this evening. 23 years of age he is now. Skates in Gillingham in Kent, and during the summer has a trip to the good old US of A, skates in Hartford, Connecticut. This is John Hamer, and his music from the film Matrix Reloaded, and it's entitled Furious Angels. Double toe loop to start. The Lutz doubled it. Triple toe loop is the second part. A lot of speed. Double axel. Flip and just catching. Lost it on the takeoff for the Salka. Just doubling out on the flip, a little quick after the 3-turn. All over the place on the Salchow. Come on, John. Well, Gary, I think will be a little disappointed with that. Wasn't what they came here to perform. He kept trying, there's no doubt about that. It's one of those days where your weight's not quite over the skate, you give it your best shot. But just a few too many mistakes in there.
The lack of content of the jumps is really going to hurt.
Yeah, it really will. There, good on him for getting the triple toe on the end of that Lutz. Not easy after you've doubled it out. And there he is with the flip. The weight's forwards on that. Oh, just get the hand off. Well, a good effort there. He worked hard on the spins, doing the back spins first early on. A lot of repetition. I think the second combination spin had exactly the same positions and elements as the previous one. Here's the Salchow. Just completely lost the tension going into that. And
it just takes the energy out of the program, doesn't it?
It does.
When the jumps aren't working, you can't help but sit here and just. He's got good presence, you know.
Yeah.
He can hold the crowd, he can entertain the crowd, but without the elements, there's such a gap. And there were only, there's only the flip and 2 toe loops, one in combination. So the triple jumps that I saw. And at this level, it's just not enough.
No, well, let's have a look. And then you've got level 1s for the footwork, which I cannot understand. It's not difficult to get level 2. Anyway, I shall not harp on about that. Just, you can sense a little disappointment and frustration in our voices, I think. So, never mind. Good effort. He lives to fight another day. 4th place for John at this stage. And a total of 136.47 for him. So about 8 points behind his personal best, which he achieved in last year's European Championships. Now, this could be very special indeed. If this guy's on form, he is sensational. He goes into this lying in 13th place, but he's much better than that. junior world champion from 3 years ago, and I saw him win that title, and he was just mind-blowing. 21 years of age now. This is Andrei GRIAZEV, and you don't need me to tell you who that is. Tatiana Tarasova.
Great carriage, going for the triple axel, triple toe loop now. Oh, doing it early on the circle and making it count.
That was his attempt at the quad toe. Looked to me like he made the rotation, which will be key. Double-footed landing, and he had the tumble, so he's got a point off. And he's going to get deductions, but we need to see in the slow motion. Triple axel again, hang on there. Well done, Andrei.
Deep in the spin, strong change of edge. Flip, hardly any speed into it.
Love the entry into the Lutz. The Wally just before, but it was a double-footed landing on that Lutz.
Saka just not having the speed to keep it going for the triple toe loop. That was the second part of the combination. For the triple loop right at the end of the program.
Well, he gave it his best shot. You sense that he went out there with a purpose, wanted to redeem himself, and already the analysis of the program begins. Andrei GRIAZEV, not at his best, but boy oh boy, can that guy skate.
And the way he pulls the jumps out of nowhere is extraordinary, really. He looked tired. He looks like he hasn't quite got the mental strength or the somehow to dig deep and really fight. It doesn't appear that he's doing that. Maybe he is, but that's not the impression you get. And the height, just, he makes them look so easy.
Well, there's a triple axel, 3.5 turns in the air, beautiful check position, triple toe on the end. That's worth 11.5 on its own. Now here's the quad toe. Does he make it round? Well, pretty close. I think I'll give him that. We can't stop the slow motion here, but
the judges can.
Yeah, it looked to me as though he'd made that round, which means it's got a tariff of 9 points. They'll go down a -3. That's factored down, and then of course he's going to get a deduction for the fall. So brave to go for it. There's a Salchow right at the end, looking for that triple toe, but ooh.
Sometimes he's just going into the jumps like the flip with hardly any preparation for it at all.
Yeah, he's very relaxed, isn't he, and over the skate.
But he's not got the height and the power of some of the others in the jumps because of that. And he's not got that feel because Tatiana's there. You know, I can't help but think of what she did with Yogudin there, and that mental strength, that approach, that I'm going to make everything count. That's not quite coming out of him yet when you see him skate.
No, I hope it does, because if Andrei's worked with Alexei as well. He's spent a lot of time with him, and I saw him in, I can't remember what it was, Slovenia, somewhere like that, somewhere on the circuit, and he was with, well, he just started working with Alexei, and yeah, we got that feel. You could see it in the footwork, you could see the flair. I don't know whether he's spending as much time with him now, but hopefully Tatiana's influence will come through.
You can't force character, though.
No, you can't.
When the chips are down, you revert to, you know, what you've been taught a lot of the time. It's what you pull on from within, isn't it, when you're there? And it's just, for him, just a bit more attack. You just think what he could do and what he's done already.
Absolutely, yeah. He comes here as the Russian #1. Won the Russian national championships. And there you can see his score, and it will give him a total of 162.23. So he goes shooting into the lead by, what, 3 points? Nearly 3 points. And when you think this is a guy that has got over 200 on the total points in the past. He achieved that a couple of years ago in the Cup of China. Now, fingers crossed for our next skater. He's not in the best of form. He's a fighter, and we love him. You may have heard me say earlier that he's got a bit of a back problem. He's had injections, physio treatment, and we wish him well. He won the bronze medal in the Europeans a couple of years ago. Look at that, 17th place going into the free. Stefan Lindemann. The music, Yamato.
A lovely style, long flowing edges, good ice coverage. Beautiful triple flip to open. Holding it, and then the double toe loop. going for the triple axel. Brave when things aren't completely right. Not getting the rotation. Triple toe. And the loop. The Salchow count.
Boy, oh boy, is he working hard through this program. Stefan, you've got to dig deep now.
Last minute.
Good man, beautiful triple toe and a couple of toe loops on the end. He's packing in the content. You have got to take your hat off to him. He's my hero. He's not going to win any medals here. But crikey, when you think, what, 45 minutes ago, he wasn't even sure if he was going to skate. Wasn't even sure if he was going to put his boots on. And he comes out and nails a performance like that.
And we talk about character, don't we? Oh, it's over.
Was he asleep? How can he sleep through that?
We talk about character, and he could just have said, oh no, it's not mine, I'm not doing that well, things are going wrong for me, let's wait till the next event. But no, he's not like that. He could have got 3/4 of the way through and thought, I'm not going to fight, but he didn't. That's not who he is.
Just brilliant. There was the flip, we saw that. And here, looking for triple toe on the end. Not a good position for that, so had to go for the double toe. But he nailed a triple-triple combination as well. There was the axle, and he dropped the right hip on the way into that, and you can't get over the right foot at the end, so no real way out of it. Here's that triple-triple combination. That's triple flip, triple toe. That's worth 9.5. That's more than an attempt at a quad toe. So worth doing. Look at that loop. Foot perfect on that. Beautiful soft knee bend.
And he kept going, didn't he? Kept driving. There was the good flow. His skating style is very good. Yeah, it's a real performance of character.
You know, Nicky, with a minute to go, You could tell that he was running on less than empty, wasn't he?
Yes.
Did his head go down? Nothing. It was just, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's a privilege to sit here and talk about him. Well, the program choreographed by our mate Hendrik Schamberger. He sat alongside, and he must be thrilled with that. Here we go. Personal best of 132.79. Achieved that in the Europeans last year. 60.20 for the components. It's all good stuff for Stefan Lindemann. 176.17 will be his total score. And he will be thrilled with that. He goes shooting into the lead by some 14 points. Fantastic stuff. Well done, Stefan Lindemann. Brilliant job. Well, the evening has come to light. We've still got 3 skaters to go in this second group. And this guy can skate too. Bronze medalist in the Russian National Championships, but he goes into this free program lying down in 15th place. Went for the quad sal in the short program and took a real tumble. Hence his position going into this. This is Sergei Dobrin from Russia, and the music, The Mask of Zorro. You may remember another Russian skating to this, Alexander Abt. Let's hope he has the same success. Now, this is the big one. Well, it wasn't a big one. Well, it was a big one, but there was no rotation in it. That was a double sal looking for the quad.
But he might have another go. It's scheduled in. No.
Now it's got to settle down. It's more like it.
Double toe loop.
Circular step sequence, but plenty of content in it. Good man, fought through that one. That was a flip. Oh dear me. Well, you have to feel for him. He's much, much better than that. I don't know what happened to the Salchow. I think he left it in the dressing room or something.
Yes, 3 times. And well, it was 3 attempts, wasn't it? 3 attempts and 3 failures.
Well, I think it was two attempts at the quad and 1 at the triple.
Yes.
And
I was just looking at the Salchow. It just wasn't working. It's a shame, isn't it? Because he's got a good posture on the ice, and his style is good, his skating skills are good, and it looks like he's got a good personality. Something went wrong, there's just a little smile about that. But without the elements...
Yeah, not his night. It's a horrible feeling when you get out there and timing's gone and nothing works. You just want the ice to open up and swallow you. But you can see he's got some talent. Camel spin on the inside edge at the beginning there, catching the foot now, back on the outside. Some good footwork, nice choreography of the program. We're going to have a chat with Stefan Lindemann now. He must be excited.
Stefan, heute hat alles geklappt. Was war anders als gestern im Kurzprogramm?
So Hendrik saying, Stefan, today looked really good. What was the difference today from yesterday? And he said, well, the feeling was exactly the same. I was just a little more focused today. When he woke up this morning, he had some back problems and thought perhaps he wouldn't be able to start at all. Went to the doctors and they sorted him out, and he was able to focus more on his jumps. And Hendrik's asking, is this the first step to your progress towards the top? And he's saying, well, the program's physically very demanding, still lacks a lot of points, but I was fighting really hard today. I wanted to finish in a good position, and I was rewarded with a good result at the end, and I'm really, really pleased with it. And so are we. You deserve every point you got, mate. Good stuff.
That's when it makes a difference with the marks, doesn't it? He can see what he got. Doesn't matter where he is. He knows that he did a great performance and it was rightly rewarded.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Dobrin there, those marks putting him into 4th place, 153.70. And he goes in behind Igor Machipura from Slovakia, who really was a revelation right at the beginning, and just ahead of Kaska of the Czech Republic. Well, our next skater led the short program for quite some time yesterday. I think it was up till about halfway he was in front. First European Championships, 18 years of age, and he goes into this free now lying in 16th place. This is Philipp Tischendorf. This is another program that's been choreographed by Hendrik. He gets around a bit, doesn't he?
He's a busy boy.
We'll have to pay to talk to him soon. Oh yes,
lovely. Triple loops, triple toe loop to start. Both jumps very high quality. What a shame, the flip. Just leaning back on the landing over rotating double axel.
Fabulous control.
Oh, and he was just telegraphing that loop, slow into it, didn't look confident at all. Triple Salchow double toe loop. Ah, the looks good.
Well, what a night the German team are having. He'll take that. Philipp Tischendorf almost at his best. He was fantastic yesterday in the short, and if any of you thought that it was a fluke or he was having a lucky day, none of it. He's just shown us what he's made of, and I think this is good. For Stefan Lindemann, actually, it brings out the best in him to have somebody nibbling at his heels.
Yes, indeed, always good when the team are going up together. There were parts of the routine though that absolutely it stopped for a moment. Thought he was having a bit of a tea break, but gave him the time to breathe and to put the triples in late on as well. Some of the choreography, I bet Hendrik was encouraging him to do more than he put into it. Sometimes you can only tell and show, but until the person can take it on, like more steps as well as the turns. In the future, more, I think we'll see.
Yes, I'm sure of it. They just got a shot at the triple loop, had the weight too far back, or the hips too far back going into that. But an awful lot to admire. Fabulous triple at the beginning. Some good footwork. Really great. There's the double axel, and he gets such a good position in the air. Look at that. Really, really tight. Check position for that toe loop. Looking for double loop on the end of that. That would have been his jump sequence. Working on the spins, catching the foot behind, and just keeping the momentum going. He's right over that left foot. Fantastic. Romy Oosterich, the coach, coaches him in Berlin. And in fact, it was this guy that won the free program in German nationals, beat Stefan. Although Stefan's had a really tough season, had that virus infection, which kept him out of the Grand Prix all season, so it's been very, very tough for him. But the German Federation must be thrilled with their guys today.
Yep. And he kept going to the end. Never gave up at all. Nice flip late on, nice looks late on.
So Mark's coming up now, and that will give him a total of 162.94. And third place, I think it is. Personal best for Philipp. Second place. Second place for Philipp Tischendorf. So it's a Germany 1-2, and he just scrapes ahead of Griazev. So remember as well, Griazev was 3 places ahead of him going into the free. So a magnificent result there for Tischendorf. So both of the German skaters look like they're going to be shooting up the rankings. It was Lindemann who was behind Tischendorf going into this. Right, one skater to go in this second group, and then we've got an ice resurface and the top 2 groups following that. Well, there's no Lambiel for them to cheer on here. And on the side there, that's Mark Pepperday and Anita, who coached this young man in Switzerland, 18 years of age, 14th going in to the free. It's Moris PFEIFHOFER. And good to see Mark at the European Championships. He's got a real talent on his hands here. First time in. And in because Stefan Lambiel has decided not to compete because of a lack of motivation and exhaustion.
I get that.
Frequently. No, it's not true. So the music here is Four Seasons, performed by Vanessa May.
Good speed.
Oh, that's a shame. Down on the Lutz.
And the flip secure. Wound up for the loop, but made it clean. And as ever, expect the spins from anybody in Switzerland to be excellent. Double axel. Triple toe loop and triple salchow. Quite gentle, not a lot of height in the jumps or speed over the ice, but cleanly landed. But without something in combination won't count. And another salchow, and you can see how slow he's going on the landing of the second of those double toe loops after it, and another double axel. Jump after jump after jump.
He's a talent, all right. Run out of steam perhaps a little halfway through, but boy oh boy can he jump. He's got a lovely graceful style, really has a feel for the music. Love the last tune, Pachelbel's Cannon, a great version of that. Remember the name, because I feel you're going to be seeing a lot more of this guy. Moris PFEIFHOFER from Switzerland. Didn't start the way he wanted, but he was able to put that behind him. Some of the jumps not quite fully rotated, and there was a hint of a touchdown with the left foot here and there, wasn't there? But he kept fighting. In fact, the second half of the program had less mistakes in than the first half, I think.
And he was doing these jumps with hardly any setup, with hardly any speed as well late on in the program. And you know, if you are, so it's, if he got, he's 18, so if he develops, gets more power, you have to control it, of course, because then you'll be getting more height in the jumps and everything, but he's got the grace and he's got the spins, of course, and he's got the rotation on the jump, so with more power, being able to push through the whole routine, and who knows how long he's had to prepare for here. Probably not very long at all. So his conditioning was up. Make a tremendous difference.
Certainly would. Some marvellous positions in the spins.
Because it was interesting to watch. The crowd were nearly full now, and they were all just concentrating on the performance.
Just got a shot of his sequence of jumps at the end, triple salchow, triple toe, triple double loop. Getting carried away, calling doubles, triples. Well done, the Pepper Days. We'll have to go and search him out.
Yes, I think
it's on the back.
Yes, perhaps a drink of celebration is in order. Coca-Cola?
Sounds good to me. Well, there's no smiles yet. Let's hope there's some once the marks come up. Remember, Moris here lying in 14th place. It's going to be tough for him, I think, because behind him were both Tischendorf and Lindemann.
Actually, I didn't tell you, when I went to the press centre to get your sandwich before, they were giving out wine. So I had one for you as well. I hope that's all right.
Oh, that answers a few questions.
Yes, because I thought I couldn't bring it back here for you. It might distract you.
Well, thank you for that.
I just thought I'd let you know.
Thanks for telling me now.
Good.
Okay, nice. Where will they have him? marks are good. It's second place, I think he's going to go into. 163.08 will be his total score, and that good enough for second place for Moris PFEIFHOFER. Splits the two Germans. Lindemann out by, well, a country mile. And PFEIFHOFER just hanging on there ahead of Tischendorf, who he had too much to do. So an ice resurface on the way now. That's how they stand at this stage. Stefan Lindemann, look at that, 176.17. And PFEIFHOFER with 163, just ahead of Tischendorf. Then GRIAZEV, literally nothing between those two. Look at that. And John Hamer there for Great Britain down in 9th place.
When I went onto the ice to do my routine, you know, I felt good, ready to do something good. He was talking about the short program, but in this short program he came up short. Joubert, of course, a medalist for the last 5 Europeans, the gold medalist in 2004. But when I started and took my first steps, I saw it was going to be a little bit tricky. For a quadruple jump, when you make a mistake, it's not necessarily just 1 second before the jump. You can miss out on your preparation 10 or 15 seconds before the jump. And from the start, I felt that I'd set off in the wrong direction. Anyway, I chose to try and see. Maybe I was a little bit passive, maybe I didn't attack it enough. Normally in training I have no problems with that kind of jump, and of course I really should have made it this time too. On previous occasions, after a stumble like that, I'd probably have been a little bit tense for every element, because I'd have been afraid to make another error during the triple axel, the flip, or the spins. I would probably have been in a bad mood for the rest of the program, but here, well, I did the rest of my program just as if nothing had happened, and I'm happy with the rest of my routine, certainly. We are a little bit more nervous now because he made a mistake, and it's important not to make a second one, even a small one. Apart from that, I was watching to see whether everything else was prepared well, and frankly the rest was really good. I'm sure that Brian's going to put on a very good free program. For me, there's no doubt he will win the title. I'm not scared. I'm not in a catastrophic situation lying second at the moment. I know I won't be nervous. Normally, I'm more nervous for a short program than I am for a free program. And since the start of this season, my free programs have been very good, so no big problems, and I feel perfectly comfortable with it all. I just have to do my job. My routine is high caliber with 3 quadruple jumps. I'll see how I feel. If the first 2 elements go well, I'll try the maximum. Anyway, I have nothing to lose, have I? Well, we'll see how it all works out for the favorite Brian JOUBERT in a few minutes' time on the ice in Warsaw.
Possibly get into the top 10 this year. Another version of the Mask of Zorro, and the skater Gregor URBAS from Slovenia.
Triple Triple Lutz. Oh, good. Triple toe loop on the end of it.
And he did well because he wasn't straight on the landing of the Lutz, but sorted himself out for the toe loop.
Now for the axel. Made it count. Didn't have a lot of run on the edge coming out of the jump. Just turned it round. Double axel. Triple flip, pulling the landing a little. Going for another big axel. Yes, and in combination. Nearly 3 minutes into the program. Working to define the turns on the step sequence. Good content. Oh, fighting for the loop and making it. And the triple Saka.
Very well done. Well, I had 7 triple jumps that'll count in there, and that was a monumental performance. 2 triple axels, and
the second one late on.
Very late on. Skated out of his skin this evening. Really good stuff. Gregor URBAS lying in 12th place. Now he's thrown down the gauntlet. He's the lowest place skater in these final 2 groups, so he's put some pressure on.
And he was taking care to also put in content in the step sequences as well, and with the spins. He looked like he was concentrating right the way through.
Nicky, I think your phone's ringing.
He's calling me. Hello, Brian, how you doing?
Yeah, content in the spins, footwork, good stuff. We enjoyed that. Hope you did back home. We've got some great skaters in this group. We've got coming up next is Karel Zelenka from Italy, then the Swedes Berntsen, Osman, Ponsero from France, then Kovalevsky from the Ukraine. So lots to look forward to early on, and then the battle for the medals in the final group. Davydov, Joubert, Werner, and right at the end of the evening, the jumping machine, Kevin van der Perren.
And he looks so strong in the short. It's a good place for him to skate, because you don't know. He doesn't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how it's going to be, but I have a sense it could just be awesome.
Well, let's hope so. Well, Mr. Urbas has done his job. And the marks look good. 62.31 for the technical score. The components 57.06. And that will give him a total of 181.07. And first place it is for Gregor Urbas with a new personal best. And that's something like 12 points better than he's ever got before. So a fantastic performance from Gregor. It's all smiles in the kiss and cry. Perhaps even he can pull himself up a place or two. Well, the short program yesterday threw a few surprises up at us, and this guy was a revelation. 19th in the European Championships last year and back in 2003. The best he's ever done is 16th place, but as you saw on your screen, he goes into this lying in 8th place. Karel Zelenka Sr., dad looking on as his son takes to the ice. The music from the soundtrack, Alexander. He's apparently skating in a fair bit of pain. He's got a foot injury. Let's hope it doesn't trouble him this evening.
Triple axel for the start. Double dip. That was better, the flip and the toe loop. A big presence on the ice. Triple lutz, double toe on the end, back a little bit in the air on the lutz.
Lovely sequence of jumps there. Triple salcho, double toe, double loop.
Excellent music for the circular step sequence. Oh! ice coverage. And the flip on its own.
Well, you know what, Nicky? When I came to this European Championships, I looked down the list and I thought, maybe it's going to be a bit of a weak event this year. It's post-Olympic year, and a lot of the big names have gone. None of it. What a fantastic evening. Two great performances back-to-back by people that, well, really have just shot up from nowhere. Karel ZELENKA, fantastic technician. He's got a lovely style, love the program. Very, very well done. Look at the elevation on these jumps. Not all perfect. Even there you can see just off axis a little bit. But if you're going to lean, you want to be leaning over your right side, because that's the landing side. Still able to get triple toe on the end. I enjoyed that.
And he kept everybody's attention right the way through the program. He could have put a blur on the end just to add to the effect of that final spin. He didn't run out of steam.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this back home as much as we are here. It's an electrifying atmosphere in the arena. There's not a seat to be had.
And he bounced, doesn't he? He bounces on that circular step sequence. That moment literally bounced down and up on just one moment. So there'll be a deduction for a fall, but he lost none of the other steps.
Yeah, that was a real shame, wasn't it? Because he was flying through that footwork, and all credit to him, he got up as if nothing had happened.
There it is, boink.
Yeah, just caught the heels of the skate, up as quick as he could, straight back into it, and
fought on from there. It wasn't like
amazing.
It was taking anything out of his sails at all. It was excellent. And I love the look, I love the approach, I like the choreography, the phasing of the program, giving him breathers so that he could then keep it going throughout it, so it didn't run out of steam too much.
Well, the great thing about him is he does have a good jumping technique, and if your timing's good and your technique's good, you actually use less energy to perform the jumps. So although the jumps are spectacular, he uses the speed and the momentum and the rhythm to take him through the jump. Lovely, I really enjoyed watching that. 4 times the Italian national champion. Marks coming up now. 67.2, the technical score 61. And of course that 1 point deduction we can see on our screen. You can't see it yet, but it'll be 127.2, 191.73 his total score, and he goes into the lead with a new personal best. That is a monstrous score for him. He's obliterated his personal best. 161.95, the best he's ever got. So 30 points better than he's ever done before. And if you're going to do that, what better stage to do it on?
And it didn't look a fluke. Looks like he can do it again and again and grow on it.
So, a lot of support for this young man. He's really built himself a fan base over the past few seasons. Often we've seen him perform well in the short program and not be able to hold it together in the free. He was 10th in the Europeans 2 years ago. He goes in here in 7th place, desperately trying to stay in amongst the top 10 if he can. This is 24-year-old Kristoffer BERNTSSON from Sweden. And we've got a bit of Saturday night fever to start us off here. This should be fun.
Oh, it worked, but it changed. I would have let it go just for a couple more moments. Let's open with a triple axel. Ah!
That's a real pity because he was right over the right foot.
Great crowd, everybody clapping along. Triple Lutz. And the toe loop. Yes. I think I'll have another go at that axle.
Good man, kept the free leg off, put a turn on the end, but that one will count. And there's the loop.
Doubled the flip on the start of that, and doubled the second part of the combination with toe loop. Like it's the gala already. Little Salchow.
Oh, yes. Well, he's going to need a police escort out of here this evening. Not only technically was that great, it was artistically brilliant. The musical interpretation was good, and I don't know what he had before he went out there, because the first piece of music went on for 2 minutes over, and then he had a bit of a breather.
I was thinking that, you know, we got to 140, I thought you've got to stop it and have a bit of a break here. But the choice of music and the way the crowd reacted to it, it's a great crowd here. They appreciate the skating, but they really will back people that are going for it. It was like a party.
He went for it, all right. Yeah, I don't think in his wildest dreams he would have expected that sort of support here.
It's fantastic. Very, very exciting.
Clever concept. Well done, Mr. Bernttsson. We enjoyed that. And there's that Axel fighting to keep that left leg off. And he worked to the new system. In fact, he's the only person that I've seen so far in these championships that's put a cross-foot spin in the combination spin, and that's a feature. That's one of the easiest things you can do to go up a level. And he did it. Perhaps we'll get a shot of that.
And even the phasing of the step sequence later on in the program really worked as a feature that everybody could see and clap along to. Great atmosphere in here. The Polish crowd really appreciative. It was super last night, and it's the same again tonight.
Yeah, you felt once the crowd started, this is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to terrify him or he's going to really rise to the occasion, but he could go right into it, yeah. Good stuff. You're a star here, man. They love you. So Mark's coming up now, 52.65 the technical score. He's got a couple of deductions there. Component score 62.06. Getting level 2 on the step sequences there, which is good to see. So it'll be 177.54, third place overall for Kristoffer Bernttsson. Well, a chance just to catch our breath before we move on. It really is an electrifying evening. So we're on the ice now, lying in 11th place. And representing Switzerland, a 20-year-old. This is Jamal OTHMAN.
Where's the bells? I'd love to bring them some bells tomorrow.
They've usually got bells. It's the third time for him competing in the Europeans. Never finished inside the top 10. He's got a real chance here. Great choice of music. It's by the Gotan Project, Lunatico. It's Nicky's music.
Lutz, fast, strong, perfect. For the toe loop after it.
Some good footwork in that circular step sequence, but a real lack of change of direction.
Flip, two-footed. Lovely triple loop.
Wow, that is difficult to keep that going coming out of the back set. Well done. Getting the sequence in there, the flip, toe loop and loop. Triple on the first part of the sequence.
And being tall, he takes up a lot of space on the ice, but all the movements are well choreographed. And the Lutz. Position with the arms throughout the routine. Lots of upper body movement. Very expressive.
It's a real treat this evening. You'd think we were in the final group, wouldn't you? Just some spellbinding performances by these men. Jamal OTHMAN wasn't perfect, but boy oh boy, it was great to watch.
You could watch him all day. He is so graceful. Tall, 186, covering the ice well, and getting the elements in as well. But it's fingertip perfect with the choreography and the movement of the body and the way he's expressing it right the way through. You never get bored, always interested.
We've got a chance now to go ringside and have a chat with Kristoffer BERNTSSON.
Chris, what happened with the triple axel tonight?
I don't know. It felt good, and then just my blade lost the edge, and I was down, and that was hard. But I pulled myself up and did the second element, and I thought I could do it, but it was tough today.
Okay, you really had the people going with this program. This is a program made for the audience. Did it help?
Oh yeah, it helps. It gives me some extra energy, of course. Yeah, it's so nice to skate, and such a wonderful audience. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good to hear. There really is an energy coming out of the audience. They're willing the skaters to perform well, and the arena, we've heard the skaters saying that it's quite a small arena, and the public aren't very far away from the boards, so it's not difficult to build up a rapport.
It makes it more intimate. It's more exciting when you skate. People are so much more, in your face, literally. And this crowd, they'll just clap anything. They really appreciated this performance, of course, from Jamal.
Just brilliant. Well done.
I think his choreography score, you know, and the interpretation score, because there was such consistency within the program, all that should stand out as well.
Well, let's hope so. The mark's coming up very, very shortly now. Remember, Osman, 11th place going into this. Can he possibly get into the top 10? That's his goal. Top 10 place if he possibly can. It's going to be mighty, mighty tough. Ponsero for France is in 10th at the moment, and he's next to go. So, marks, let's have a look. 57.90, 62.42. One deduction for the fall. Good marks. A new personal best for him, 119.32, 182.14, a new personal best overall for him, and he goes right into second place. Well, what about that? Second place for Osman, in behind Zelenka, and Urbas for Slovenia just down into third place now, ahead of Berntsen. So we've got two skaters still to go in this penultimate group, then the battle of the medals. And up next, the first of 3 French skaters in these final 2 groups. They're here in their droves to support their team. They love their figure skating in France. What can this man do? 20-year-old Yannick Ponsero, first time in the European Championships. Didier Lucine, you just got a shot off, sending out his protege. 10th place. Can he stave off the challenge of Jamal OTHMAN?
Triple axel, plan to put a triple toe loop on the end of it, but a quad toe loop scheduled for next. 4 times round, loads of speed.
Oh, what a shame. He got the elevation, made the rotation, just didn't get over that right foot. Now, will it affect him? Double axel, settles back down.
Triple axel needed it in combination for it to count. Good strong edge work.
Well, this is turning into a bit of a nightmare for Yannick, but the crowd will do everything they can to help him through the final 2 minutes.
toe loop and just making the salchow.
That was his sequence of jumps, a half loop in between.
Salchow on its own.
Oh, what a shame. You have to feel for him. A golden opportunity. First time in the European Championships. He beat Samuel Contesti in the French Nationals to earn his place here. And he did so well in the short program. 10th place in your first time at Europeans. Not too bad. But just couldn't hold it together on the big elements at the beginning.
And that really threw him, didn't it? Going for the triple axel in combination at the start and going for the quad. You know, and it would make such a difference to the energy of the program. We see it again and again. But also, I mean, compared to Jamal OTHMAN, to me, he doesn't have quite the same flow, quite the same carriage of the body, quite the same skating ability, that being one of the elements the judge is specifically looking at. And it could be that he just lost heart, because at one point I think I could almost see that he was thinking, now how can I reschedule my jumps into the spaces I've got to get higher marks, because I've missed these. But not as good as he can do, for sure.
A real shame. He reminds me so much of Frédéric Dombier. Same sort of style, and one of the negatives, not that I like to harp on the negatives, but is that he tends to be a little bit stiff on the landing. So if he's not over the skate and a little bit slow with the left leg on the way out, he's got no knee bend to give him a little bit of extra time to stop the rotation and maintain control of the jump. So he's got to be spot on. Tough performance for him. And he fought right to the end, didn't he? The crowd...
Just a bit more height in the quad. I mean, he was getting the rotation and going for it.
Well, he was a quarter short, wasn't he? You saw in the slow motion, the blade landed halfway between forwards and backwards, and you're between the devil and the deep blue sea when that happens, because it just doesn't run for you. Especially when you're going at that sort of pace. Well, the body language in the kiss and cry says it all. Didier Lucine, he's seen much better, and Yannick Ponsero came here expecting much more, but he'll be back. Only 20 years of age. He's shown great character here. So 3 deductions for the falls in the program there. 172.27 will be his total score, and that will have him in 6th place. He'll slot in behind Stefan Lindemann, just ahead of Pfeifhofer, the Swiss, and the gap between the 2 Germans growing. Tischendorf for Germany slipping down to 8th place now. 7 skaters to go in the competition. We're now down to the final skater in this penultimate group. And there it is, lying in 9th place. Wonder whether he senses how good some of the performances have been in this group. 21 years of age, second time in the European Championships, was 16th last year. This is Anton Kovalevsky of the Ukraine. Beautiful choice of music, Beethoven's Last Night.
Stop the rotation on the triple axel. Triple flip, triple toe loop. Clean. Fast rotation in the spin. Stuttering on the start of it, nearly going through the barrier on the other side of the circular step sequence. To hold the looks on its own.
Well, he's a rare talent, there's no doubt about that. Just a few too many mistakes in the program this evening. Well, this group started off very, very strong indeed, and perhaps the pressure just starting to tell on some of the skaters. He fought his way through it from start to finish. There's a look at that attempt to the triple axel at the beginning. Got the takeoff completely wrong and knew halfway through he was never going to make 3.5 turns. Real good check for that toe loop at the end of the Lutz. And good to see him come back. He spots so wide when he does the Lutz. Couldn't quite get through enough on that toe loop. But when he gets the timing right, it really is wonderful, and the team behind him have really looked at the rule book for the footwork and the spins. There you can see again, didn't really get his weight over the right foot.
We just saw there the stutter at the start of the step sequence. And for me, you know, the music, again, it was massive music at the end. It's loud and everybody's quiet because the music's gone past the performance. And perhaps when he's landing everything, he can keep up with it. But I think not for where he is right at the moment. So you're really setting it up to not capture the audience at the end of the program. And we saw some of the other skaters with a much better balanced choreographic performance, which really lifted the audience towards the end. It can just be the step sequences fitting in there, everybody doing step sequences at the end and spins, because it's less of an effort. You don't have to put the jumps right at the end. But the music had gone, hadn't it?
Yes, it had. I thought it was a nice idea starting off nice and slow. Chance to pace yourself just in case you are nervous. It gives you an opportunity to get into it.
Yes.
But it did go a bit ballistic towards the end, didn't it?
And it could have actually slowed down and taken you down. It could have gone up in the middle and then gone down again and just gently taken to the end. That would work.
Well, these marks are going to put Anton into 7th place. So 7th in behind Ponsero of France. And we've got 6 still to go, so he's going to drop 4 places with that performance. But this group has been pretty tough. So that's the end of the penultimate group. It's a wonderful setting, and that's how they stand at this stage. It's Karel Zelenka, the Italian. What a performance, or what a couple of days he's had. 191.73. Jamal OTHMAN was second. Then Gregor URBAS, another great performance from him, and Kristoffer BERNTSSON, Mr. Entertainer, in 4th place. You're seeing the lower down places. John Hamer there in 15th place. You can add 6 to that, all those numbers there, so John will finish in 21st place. Just behind Tomas VERNER of the Czech Republic, Brian JOUBERT, quad toe, 50-50 today in practice. What do you reckon, Nicky? Do you think he's going to do it tonight?
I think he's going to go for it.
Oh, he'll go for it, but will he land it?
I think he will. I think he's finding it difficult. It's like he's out there. Well, we thought he'd be out there on his own. I mean, he is in 2nd place at the moment, but...
Well, this guy's won himself some fans here. He's never been better than 10th at the Europeans. And here he is in the lead going into the free. And what a majestic performance he gave yesterday.
And very unassuming. Just chatting to him yesterday, and he's just taking it in his stride. It's the end of the competition that counts, but doesn't seem overawed by anything at all. Just going with it. Looks completely at ease out there. It's the best approach to have.
And here's another young star, 20 years of age. We've not seen him before. Runner-up in Russian nationals. Never competed in Junior Worlds, Europeans, World Championships. And here he is, 5th place.
And he was great on the short program. Surprise to everybody.
And this guy's a character. You're sure of something a little different with his program. Alban PREAUBERT from France. First time in last year, finished in 6th place. Exactly the same position as he is tonight. And here's the jumping machine. Kevin van der Perren from Belgium. Well, he seems to be competing, it seems forever, doesn't it? He's done 2 Olympic Games. The best he's ever done at Europeans was 6th a couple of years ago, 7th last year. And he's knocking on the door of a medal. In practice the other day, I saw him do 4 triple toes in a row.
He's so strong in the short program. And last on, with this crowd, with his type of performance, the roof will come off. And if it starts to work, it could lift him right the way through it.
It certainly could. He's quite an entertainer if the crowd get behind him. His music, Pirates of the Caribbean, and choreographed by Diana Gouldsby.
Tomas VERNER just popping a jump.
Yeah, there's going to be some nerves in this final group. It's going to be a bit of a battle of the nerves, and they're just looking around the arena. There's a few empty seats, but not many, and you can bet your bottom dollar by the time we get underway, those seats will be full. Mr. Mishin looking on. We just saw Morozov. Well, there's Morozov. Annick Dumont. Michael Hood down there. There's confirmation of how they start. Joubert and Verner back to back. So from the start we've got 3rd, 2nd, then the leader.
Andrei just popping a jump, going for the big toe loop.
Well, I hope you've got your tea and biscuits all organised back home, because you won't want to miss this.
Andrei LUTAI just did a triple toe loop going back towards the boards as though he was just going out shopping. It was like no effort at all. Oh, I didn't do the quad, I'll just get my feet back. No setup dump. There you go. It's amazing.
That's the way it should be. Well, this is going to be a fantastic last group. Let's hope they can hold it together. Here we go. It's going to be deafening. And I think it's going to be fantastic. Representing Belarus, lying in 3rd place. This is 27-year-old Sergei Davydov. Don Quixote, the music.
Triple axel. And just holding it to get the triple toe loop. Experience. Clean triple axel. Looks. Double toe loop. Double loop.
Well, I was trying to keep tally of the scores there. He's over the 20s without the double toe and the double loop on the end of that Lutz. Packing in the content. Triple flipping combination, double toe on the end. Setting up the loop.
clean. And wrapping up and making sure of the Salchow.
He's already got 7 good quality triple jumps in the bank.
Axel packing in the content. Steam a little bit.
Well, what about that? Does he want a medal? You bet your bottom dollar he does. 8 good quality triple jumps I had there, Nicky.
Yep.
Well, that has put the pressure on. If any of the skaters that are to follow were watching that, they could well be quivering in their boots.
The only thing, you're now starting to look at not just the elements, but the quality of the elements, the speed into the jumps, the flow of all the edges out of the jumps. And some of them were very good here. Some didn't have quite the speed of entry. Put it against a Brian JOUBERT. It's a different element completely because of the height and the power that Brian can put into it. And that's now where we are in the competition, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Same with the spins. Some of the spins a little slow. They're dumb. And no doubt they've had quite a high ranking because of the content you put into them. But it's now not just what you do, but how you do it, more and more.
It certainly is, and just to put it into perspective, Davydov here is 5 points behind JOUBERT, who's just ahead of him, and about 6.5 points behind the leader, Tomas VERNER. But he's got the Belgian, Kevin van der Perrin, nibbling at his heels, just 3 points behind. So it was important for him to put in a good performance to try and keep van der Perrin back.
And you know, he's on last, isn't he, Kevin? And
he is.
And his level of performance that he can generate with an audience is more than we've just seen. So if he hits everything and he's on form, well, he could move up.
It'll be interesting, you know, sometimes the skating last can be great for you, can't it? Yeah. But you've got to hold your nerve, you've got to hang on in there.
But if you want to do it anywhere, do it in here, because this audience will lift you. They want everybody to do well. You can feel it, they're excited, enjoying their skating.
Vladimir Kotin sat on the right-hand side of Sergei. He almost smiled. So 68.92, the technical score component, 65.72, no deductions in there, and it's 204.78, the total score for Sergei Davydov. That's a new personal best for him. So Davydov goes into the lead. Can he possibly go away from Warsaw with a medal? We won't find out until right at the end of the competition. There's confirmation. First place for Sergei Davydov at the moment. A job well done. But will it be enough? Always great to see skaters getting a personal best in a championship like this, in front of a crowd like this. Now, it's going to be deafening. It's not just the French that have come to see this man skate. Skating fans right across Europe love him. He's in second place, but there's nothing in it. A new coach for this season, Jean-Christophe Simon. I think it's his 6th coach in 6 seasons. But hey, who's counting? It is, of course, Brian JOUBERT, and he's still only 22 years of age. He's medalled at the Europeans every time he's taken part, and this is his 6th European Championships.
First element, quad toe loop, double toe loop.
Yes. Well, he nailed the quad. It was a real cracker. Just double toe on the end.
Height and power in the soft cow.
Thought for a moment there he was going for a quad.
It was scheduled. Triple axel. Making the most of the circular step sequence. Triple toe loop. Beautiful flip. The arms following the line on the landing. Looks almost a delayed rotation. Well, if anyone can match this level of music, it's this man. Triple Saka. Needed it in combination.
He is absolutely exhausted. Gave it everything, and these guys helped him every second of the way through those closing stages. That footwork at the end, he was running on empty, there's no doubt about that. Still managed to get the triple sow out right at the end of the program. Only a single toe on the end, but hey. Doesn't matter. Well done, Brian JOUBERT.
Quality skating, quality in the elements, such strength he has with the grace and artistry too. Paying attention to every element, as a champion must. Didn't go for the second quad. First one, beautiful.
Well, a chance to look at it again. Look at the elevation, foot perfect on the landing, double toe on the end. No hesitation. There's the Salchow. And triple axel. Lovely deep knee bend on the landing, just giving him that extra little bit of time to get the free leg back. Well, the spins were good, the footwork a little bit weak on that final step sequence, but...
And the choreography and the makeup of the program. The end of the first 2 minutes, just the stop, flick of the hand, dump. I'm here.
Yes, there was a really
great
good
presence.
Really great breathing point, wasn't there, in the middle of the program?
Yes.
Very, very well constructed program.
And it worked for everybody, because everybody needed a breath, because tired by what had happened in the first 2 minutes.
Of course, packing in the content, getting the triple loop with 2 double toes on the end. Every point crucial. Jean-Christophe Simon there. And he was a pretty good skater in his own right. A magnificent jumping technician. And these marks are going to be good. Wow, look at that. 74-72, 77.22. The component score, which gives him a segment score of 151.94. Look at that, the total 227.12. It's 10 points behind his personal best, but at this stage of the game, he'll take it. Brian JOUBERT for France now leads by, what's that? My maths has gone, 23 points, roughly.
And he wasn't getting that excited to have skated like that, got that level. He'll be excited if he gets to the end of the competition in first place. I think that might bring more of a smile.
Well, what a moment for this young man, just 20 years of age. This, his 4th European Championships. Only ever managed to get 10th place before, and here he is, going into the free, leading after a spellbinding short program. Michael Hood, who's had to prepare him for this. Good luck to all of you. We wish you the very, very best of luck here. This is Tomas VERNER for the Czech Republic.
Possibility of 2 quads in this program. One in combination to start, and then one to follow.
Tomas. Oh! Well, he made the rotation, just couldn't maintain control of that landing. That was the quad toe.
Now he's scheduled in to have another go at it now. Triple. Sided against it. Lutsen in the Salchow. You've got to think, if you were going for gold, pulling out and doing a triple instead of really going for it on the quad, that could be so costly. Lutz with the jump sequence after.
Triple axel and a hop out of it. We're well over the halfway point.
Tired. 4:24 on the clock.
Oh, well done. Well, he handled the pressure well. He's never been in any sort of situation like this. And I think he did himself proud. He's come of age here in Warsaw. It might not be good enough for a medal.
But it's when you get to the mind game stage, you know, he probably didn't expect to have this hand dealt to him here.
No.
Where he could go out and he could have taken this. And when it comes to the second chance at the quad and deciding to pull out, you know, to me that's a real big decision. He had it in twice, and he needed to go for it if he wanted to win. If he wants to just get in a medal, then pull back. But that's what can make a champion. You know, this. How do you choose? How do you choose to go for it or not to go for it?
I think he opted for the better option, to be honest, Nicky.
I think he should have gone for it.
Shot there of Brian JOUBERT watching the performance of Tomas VERNER. And to be honest with you, I think even if Tomas had gone clean, I don't think he could have matched JOUBERT's performance.
Right.
He couldn't have beaten JOUBERT.
Right.
So he's hanging on for a medal. And I'm not sure he's done enough for that. But we will see.
But I think that's it, isn't it? He's hanging on. He's not pushing for a medal. He's hanging on for a medal. And it's great. And I love to watch him skate, but against the short program,
yeah, but this is a different animal.
It is.
The free program is a completely different animal.
It is. But he'll have felt it, what it's like to be up there and what's necessary for the next step. So
this sort of pressure is something that, you know, you can only learn from when you experience it.
You can't do it in a simulator,
no,
really.
You can't. And a big, big day for this man. And he will come back next year or go to the World Championships with a different head on. I really, really hope so. I think he's done a fantastic job. He could have completely fallen apart there, but he didn't. And well done to Michael Hutt alongside as well. It's a personal best. You can't ask much more than that from the guy. So Tomas VERNER into second place. Second place for VERNER, which means that Davydov is in third, and it's more than likely that he will get a medal. Well, they're just emphasizing how important the program is, the steps, the spins, all the other elements.
He was paying attention right to the end, wasn't he? Well
attention
done.
to detail. Okay, 3 to go. And on the ice now, skating in his first European Championships, 5th after the short program. After skating clean with a triple axel, beautiful triple lutz combination and a triple loop. There's a familiar face, Mr. Mission. He's cautiously proud of this guy, I think, and pleased with what he's done. This is Andrei LUTAI. A modern arrangement of 4 seasons.
Very little speed, almost an arrogance going into the triple axel at the start.
Love the eye contact with the judges.
Quad toe loop, two loop, triple toe loop. He made the quad. Triple lutz. Triple toe loop.
Yes. There's the loop.
Out of nowhere. Beautiful triple lutz, lovely steps going into it. flip.
Wow, really difficult position.
Lack of concentration.
Wowee. Is Mr. Mission going to smile? I don't think so. Well, a star is born this evening. Sensational. I love that. And well, if you think back, what, an hour or so ago, GRIAZEV out there, aches to skate he was this evening. He's the Russian national champion, and if he's sat in the audience somewhere watching that, he must be shaking in his boots, because this guy has got talent to burn.
The only thing that he really lost concentration on was the salchow late on, but the quad was beautiful at the start, and he didn't have a massive amount of speed in some of the elements, but he was like being really focused on the spins to get the content in.
Yeah, I loved it.
And just kept going and kept going. He didn't give him a break until 3 minutes in. When you're younger, you have to skate for longer.
Well, you can tell the influence of skating alongside Plushenko, can't you? Very similar style.
The triple axel at the start, hardly any build up into it at all. It's like, I can just do this in my sleep.
Well, even the quad toe, I don't think it was seen anybody do a quad toe that slowly. There's a salchow, just stepped off this, left shoulder went back a little bit far, must have been getting tired towards the end of the program. Well, this was wonderful. His first championships. He's not competed in a junior championships.
Nothing to lose.
Nope, absolutely wonderful. The Russian Federation must be absolutely thrilled with this guy. Now, I wouldn't like to be sorting this one out. It's the other thing is as well, I suppose you must spare a thought for Alban PREAUBERT. He's just behind this guy, but Kevin van der Perren, I really hope he's backstage somewhere not watching any of this, so he can focus on his job.
Yeah.
The mission trademark, fist in the air. So, Where will they have him? It's not bad, 66.93, 66.64, total of 133.57. Personal best for him, rightly so. And 4th place, I think it is for him. 4th for Andrei, with 2 to go. Very, very well done. Really enjoyed that. And well done, Mr. Mission. You've done it again. Now, there's plenty of variety in this final group. We've seen the favourite, the red-hot favourite from France and the French national champion, but now a young man who is competing in Europeans for the 2nd time. He was 6th last year. He's lying in 6th place now. Can he hang on to that? Could he possibly go up? Annick Dumont and Nikolai Morozov putting him on. Annick always with something to say. She always has the last word, doesn't she? And Nikolai Morozov, the choreographer, along with Alban, I'm pretty sure, of this free program. Didn't compete in French nationals, was injured, but let's hope that's all behind him now. We wish him well. 21-year-old Alban PREAUBERT from France.
Par malheur pour lui, il ne réalisait pas le programme.
Yes. Explosive opening. Quadruple toe loop. Triple axel. And the combination jumps after. Toe loop loop. Great start. Lovely style. Looks. Easy power, was going for the triple axel, just doubled.
Just brilliant choreography. triple flip. Just a double that time, combined it with a toe loop. Loop.
Sarko. Oh! With a triple toe loop on the end of the Sarko. Great use of the music, lots of fun.
What an evening of figure skating.
That was just superb, so much fun. The way he carried it off from the very first moment. The language style, just putting the jumps in throughout, it's fantastic.
We've had it all, haven't we? He's going to milk this crowd. Now, you won't be able to get him off, I don't think. Wow, bravo, Alban PREAUBERT. What a cracking start. Quad toe right on the beat of the bang of the music, wasn't it?
Loads of speed.
There's the axle. Just double toe and a double loop on the end. Wahey.
And his interpretation of the music throughout, superb.
Yeah, you'd think he'd written it, wouldn't you?
He looked so relaxed at times.
He did well to get out of that, I can tell you. He was going in for triple axel. He had the wind up, had the tension, and to break out halfway through and still find your right foot, that takes some strength and some wherewithal. So well done for that.
And he looks so strong.
He is strong. Fast across the ice. And when he went into the straight line step sequence at the end, I thought he was completely out of sorts because he'd given so much. Loved the expression at the midway point. There's that flip, right side down, but was he going to let that go? By heck no.
And his personality was just shining through. The crowd really loved it.
Well, you couldn't help but love it, could you? Look at that, right at the end.
Oh, I think I'll just put a triple in as well.
Oh, wow.
There's the maverick about it. There's this magic about it.
Magic, you're right, you've summed it up, Nicky. It's magic. It's a magical evening. I'll tell you what, I don't know how many hours we've been on air today, but I could do this last two groups again. Fantastic. Oh, they don't like the marks. But he's thrown down his marker. It's 199.95 for Alban PREAUBERT. It's not close to his personal best. He's got 212 before at Skate America last year. But fifth place, oh, they don't like it. They really don't like it. And we've still got one skater to go. Very likely he'll end up where he started, but he's won a gold with the hearts of the people in the arena.
He has. Obviously there'll be reasons for that, but gosh, it just seems so low.
He gave it his best shot, didn't he? They gave him a level 1 for the straight line step sequence at the end, so although it's entertaining, he's got to get the technical up. Well, one more to go. Rather him than me, that's all I can say. What a magnificent evening it's been, and it's not over yet. He's never won a medal in the European Championships. He's really not even been close. 6th a couple of years ago, 7th last year. He's a jumping machine when he's on form. And he's got an awful lot of support here. 4th place going into this free program. Could he possibly steal the medal away from Sergei Davydov, who's in 3rd at the moment? Or even Tomas VERNER, although it looks as though he's clear into 2nd place. Here we go, the roar for the 24-year-old from Belgium. It's Kevin Jumping Bean van der Perren. And his music here from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Quad to start.
Yes! Well, that was a beauty. Oh, just doubling out on the axle. Turned into it a little bit too much.
Beautiful Lutz.
Fabulous control through those sit positions. Watch him sell it. That I'll never know. A triple salcho almost with his nose on the floor and still got the triple toe on the end. Oh yes! Triple flip, triple toe. Needs to be in combination. Double toe on the end of it. my goodness, Mr. Perren. Kevin van der Perren, what have you done? Could that be a medal?
Because he's doing them in combination, isn't he?
He's got it all in there.
Scores.
All that was missing was the kitchen sink.
The axle. But the opening, so fantastic.
2:04.78 is the target. And I've just been scouring through the books here to see if Belgium have ever won a medal at the European Championships in the men's event. And I've gone back to 1947 in Davos. Hans Gerschwiler won, and Fernand Leemans for Belgium won a bronze.
That opening quad we just saw, so amazing.
Well, some of the jumps were a little off axis, but he is so strong now and just has an amazing awareness about where his axis is and where the right foot is. That was a masterful performance, a real fight. Just amazing. This was big. This was really big. That triple combination could possibly have sealed it. It was late on in the program, triple flip, triple toe.
He's very strong on the second jump, isn't he?
Oh my goodness, he's a jumping machine. There's no doubt about it, but the spins were good. Okay, it's Joubert leading, Werner second, Davydov in third place. Remember, van der Perren was in fourth going into this. He can hardly bear to watch. He was 3 points behind Davydov. Was it good enough for Kevin van der Perren to win the bronze medal? The first Belgian medal since 1947. And I can tell you, as we look down on the scoreboard, Kevin van der Perren has won the bronze medal. A new personal best. He doesn't know it yet. Watch this. Just watch this. Hey! Fantastic! Oh, what a wonderful evening. Well, you have to feel for Sergei Davydov. I'm very, very sorry. But it's been a special evening this evening. And Kevin van der Perren, you hung on in there right to the end and kept your nerve. Virik van der Keve, the coach, and it's not an easy task keeping Kevin van der Perren focused on what he's doing, but goodness me, was he focused this evening.
It's just great to see, isn't it? It sums it up in a moment that all your hopes, all your dreams, could I possibly get a medal? He was managing the expectations of it, just sat there. And then you can't hide it anymore. Fantastic for him.
Look at that, right down to sixth place. Alban PREAUBERT there, who gave us a wonderful evening of figure skating. And oh, goodness me, Brian JOUBERT held his nerve and got the title back. Tomas VERNER, what about him? Second overall, second on the free this evening, winning the short program yesterday. A little further down there, look, Jamal OTHMAN.
We're still seeing great performances, even down here.
10th place. He was sensational, wasn't he? Pfeifhofer was good as well. Tischendorf, who led for so long yesterday. GRIAZEV couldn't quite hold it together today, but he really is a talent. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed it back home. John Hamer there in 21st place. He'll be disappointed with that. But boy, oh boy, what a night.
But today I did my job. I want just to say thank you to the Polish people, to the audience. Because
well, they're just seeing the pictures that you're seeing at home on the big
pytanie, czy
screen
trudno
here.
jechało mu się z drugiego miejsca. Odpowiedź. Owszem, presja duża, wczoraj zrobiłem duży błąd.
So a different experience for him, without having the highest ranking.
In what mode will you go to the World Championships?
You know, I have the World Championship in 1 month and a half, so it's very, very important for me, and I will try to do my best and to...
Not sure if you can hear this at home.
Maybe to win, so...
We're struggling to hear it here, to be honest.
We will see.
He said it was really important that he did well here for his preparation for the World Championships.
Congratulations from all of us here at Eurosport as well. Not just to Brian, to Tomas, to Kevin, Sergei, all of those guys. They skated from the heart this evening. And a big thank you to the crowd.
It makes such a difference. Quality event, great competition.
We've got a chance to talk to Tomas VERNER now. Let's hope we can hear it.
Tomas, that was a hard fight. Winning the shot yesterday, you were in position that you've never had before. Was that what was changing in this competition for you?
Well, you know, it was really my first position in such a big event in the short program, leading in front of Brian and such a good guy. So it's really a lot of pressure of myself. I really try hard to don't think about those things, but it was impossible to let it happen, because all the night I was thinking what I have to do and what I should skate. Actually, I shouldn't change anything, but you know, I feel so good on warm-up and I feel so good in practice. But this free skating was really big fight with myself.
Yeah, it's always a fight with yourself. Brian was saying that you did a great competition, but you were not experienced to fight for a title. It was first time for you as this experience with that. Do you think that makes the difference?
Yeah, that's actually what is it. I think Brian is used to skating the top skaters level, so I'm the novice there. But you know, just only one way how to learn it, it's do it. So I start now in Europeans. I hope I'm now 20 years old, so I hope it's not too late to start to learn how to fight about the title.
It's definitely not too late. Brian said he was a little bit upset about himself because he played it safe. He played it safe? Did you watch him skate?
No, I didn't see him skate. I actually didn't listen to the marks. I didn't know anything about Brian's skate. I look at first time at home, but I was upset of myself. You know, in the practice I could skate with the express, with interpretation, my choreography much more better in contact and attract the people sitting around us. So this is the point where I'm really disappointed of myself. I should work on that too.
Well, anyway, congratulations. Good championship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A good championship. That's an understatement. What a man. It was fantastic, Tomas. You've done yourself proud. And you've got exactly the right attitude. You'll go on to bigger and better things.
And that's what we thought, wasn't it? The pressure, managing it, having the killer instinct to really nail it when you're at the top. He's learning that.
Absolutely. The experience gained will be invaluable. Here's Mr. Joubert.
Brian, ça a été dur, mais ce titre, tu l'as. Bilan de ces championnats d'Europe.
Gwendal saying it was a tough fight, but you've got the title now. And Brian says, yep, I'm really happy because I won. My marks weren't too bad either. The two things that I really regret.
Et le deuxième regret, c'est le fait de ne pas avoir lancé le quadruple salco. Mais bon.
Disappointed that I didn't do the quadruple salco.
C'était tellement dur. C'était beaucoup plus dur qu'en 2004 quand j'ai gagné mon premier titre. Et c'est fabuleux.
He feels good because it was very, very hard. In fact, it was even harder than when he won his first title in 2004. It's been a good season. He's won everything he could this season. Gwendal says it's only victories with this program. Grand Prix final with 2 quadruples. Tonight the Europeans with 1 quad. What do you think about the Worlds? And Brian says His competitions are different at each competition. He's got to really focus on the Worlds. It'll be his last competition of the year. He's got time to prepare it, and he's got to really focus on it. Thanks to Brian JOUBERT, and it's been fascinating following the life of Brian through the championships. I really hope you've enjoyed that at home. It's been a Eurosport exclusive.
Very generous of him to give the time, because sometimes that can in itself upset your preparation.
It really can, and we've got a real treat now. We've got Kevin van der Perren down there.
What a great performance, but what happened with this triple axel?
For me, it's the hardest jump. It's harder than a quad, which I proved today for everybody, because when I tell it to somebody, they laugh at me. So it's really true. Axel is the worst jump in the world for me, even if it's double or triple. So, but I'm really happy to do a quad and to have a medal, of course.
Yes, you have a medal. We could see your joy out there. What does it represent for you today? You wanted to be in the top 5. Now you're on the podium.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I came here to be top 5, yeah, but actually last year, since I couldn't go to Worlds, I was actually thinking about not coming back anymore, because, well, one thing happened after the other with injuries, so I was thinking that it was just not meant to be, but I'm really happy I did now.
Okay, so you were about to quit because it was difficult. Now you can see it can work, and now next is World Championship in Japan.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Japan, like my biggest goal was here to be top 5. That was my goal for this season, and I got that. So I think the people who support me in Belgium are going to be already really happy with that. And for Japan, I just want to give it my best shot, and I'll see what I can do.
Thank you very much, Kevin, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Well, Kevin, I'm absolutely delighted that you didn't quit last season, because you've contributed to a special evening of figure skating.
He's won already this year, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Go into the Worlds and just let it fly, really. Fantastic achievement.
It really was. He held his nerve, and in the past that's been the problem. Even without the triple axel, the triple combinations. We mentioned the triple flip, triple toe, and I really do think that was key at the end of the day. He was only, 7 100ths ahead of Sergei Davydov at the end of the day. Nothing in it. The hair of a dog.
0.07. Wow. It's just the extra bit on the step sequence. It's just the extra jump.
It's not even the extra jump, is it?
Nope.
It's the extra arm here and leg here, and
probably the extra half of the last jump. Quarter of the last jump, yes.
Well, here we go. We're ready for the medal presentation. And there's going to be one heck of a din in here when these skaters are introduced. Everybody's stayed. Very well done, Mr. JOUBERT. Well, we first saw him in the Europeans back in 2002, and he burst onto the scene and won a bronze medal then. And ever since, he's been on the podium, winning the gold in 2004. And then we've seen some fantastic battles between JOUBERT and Plushenko. But he's got it back here in Warsaw. Brian JOUBERT, European men's figure skating champion for 2007.
Second, winner of the silver medal, Tomas VERNER
CZE. The new kid on the block. 10th in 2004 he was. Didn't compete in 2005 and 10th again last year. What has Michael Hook done to this guy? He's come of age here in Warsaw. The 20-year-old from the Czech Republic, Tomas VERNER, winner of the silver medal.
medal.
Well, he's been battling away at these championships, it seems, for years. He couldn't break into the top 10 until 2003. He was 10th then, 11th the following year, dropped back out. And then in 2005, right up into 6th place, and we thought, hang on, this guy could get a medal. Last year, slipped back again to 7th. But in 2007, he held his nerve right at the very end of the event and gave us a performance, well, I won't forget it. And it's great to see 3 guys on the podium, all thrilled to be in their rightful positions.
Superb result tonight, so exciting for everybody.
So the ISU representative here in Warsaw, Mr. Davydov, he's the vice president of the ISU, and he's presenting the medals. I think Brian JOUBERT must have a cabinet just for his European medals. That's his 6th and his 2nd gold. In fact, he's got 2 of each now.
This one's really special, though. First,
Tomas VERNER, yep.
First for Tomas. Wow.
He won't take that smile off his face, will he? Look at that. It means so much. Well done, Tomas. And Kevin van der Perren, the bronze medal. It's been a long time coming, but boy, was it worth the wait. I really hope that you've stayed with us all the way through this evening. It's been a very, very special evening of figure skating. We've seen some good events before, but this has been a humdinger.
And we think that this is the longest we've ever been covering figure skating in terms of hours, but with performances like this at the end of the championships, it just gives you life. It's great. Last night was superb, tonight too.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you can join Nicky and I tomorrow for more of this. Not sure how much I can take, but we'll be back hopefully around 12 o'clock Central European time, 11 in the UK. From Nicky and myself, goodbye.